I'm a father of 5, and you know, first when I took the care of my sister's 2 kids 10 years back, what I realized was for them at that time, even using a phone or using an iPod too much was bad. I mean, there wasn't even too much of screen at that time.
Right.
Then I have my son, and I have 2 5-year-old daughters, twins. So I have a bunch of them, and technology has evolved over that time. So initially, even listening to too much music was probably bad because you're not reading too much.
Right.
Then later, even using too much of phone was bad because you're always on the phone. And then it comes down to using too much because now technology, eventually more and more stuff is going to come out and you're going to be debating forever.
Right.
I think using technology is of utmost importance today.
Right.
Because in school they are now, this year my son has a BYOD program. I said, what is that? Bring your own device program in school.
Yes.
And which actually meant buy your own device because they all need to have their separate devices. And it has to happen, and they have to know technology, so they have to be on it.
Right.
Is my take on this. But me having control, me having knowledge of what they are going through,
yes,
and me seeing that while being into these so-called applications, they are not only having fun, but they are also learning, they are also getting something, and they're doing something which is constructive usage of time. That's how I'd look at it.
This is the perfect place for me to be right now because I'm at that cusp where my daughter has just turned 2.
Right.
And I have actively kept her away as much as possible from screens for the past 24 months. And I now feel, and from all the reading that I've done, and I'm an exhaustive Googler, reader, asker of questions because, of course, I want my daughter to be the best in the whole world.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. So
all our daughters.
Yeah. So I feel that, I want to do what's best for her. And I do recognize that now introducing her to digital content, to screens, can be of value to her. Educationally, as, responsible entertainment, something to engage her in, especially, of course, when we live in households where both parents are working and she might be left with a caretaker who may not be able to engage her in a constructive way. So for all these reasons now, the reason that I wanted to be here is to understand this wonderful world that exists, that now we're on the cusp of exploring. And I myself downloaded, the Voot app, Voot Kids, a week ago, and I've gone through most of the content, of course, myself before I expose her to it. And, I think it's incredible that all of this is available right now.
Yes.
Technology, communication, to be able to see my face right now when I'm away from her. I can just call her for free, and she can talk to me. So all those things. So, of course, balance, everything that has to be supervised with all the right privacy settings and parental control, time. We have to take responsibility at the end of the day. You have to be parents and you have to control what you expose your children to and how much. But of course, like everything, there's good and bad. Yeah. And there's so much wonderful good that can come from technology. Of course, when you have a child, you revert to your own childhood. And either you rebel against how you were brought up and you say never like that, or you end up becoming your mother. And I can see myself becoming my mother, much to my distress at times. But I don't know, it's some genetic thing that happens. And Kunal and I were brought up very differently. Right. Different environments, different cities, different climates, different foods, different styles of education and entertainment and everything. And I'm fortunate that he has the wisdom to defer to me and has said, okay, you're the rule maker.
Every husband learns that.
So he's wise. He may be young, but he's wise. And I hope he's not watching right now. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. But, the idea is not to contradict yourself in front of the child because the child will exploit that and then you've had it.
Right.
So together we put up United Front. We have our discussions before. We need to decide when she can watch something, when she should go to bed. And he said, if you are the one who's doing the tough work, if you're going to be so affected by what time she goes to bed and how much she's eaten, then if you're going to be the rule maker, then we'll decide that you take control of certain things. And that's how it's worked up until now. And I think it's worked quite well for me.
So it's like a team.
So it's like a team. I'm the captain.